All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Gundog. I'm Jeff Stanfield.
I'm Andy Shaver, and back to podcast season.
Yep. Billy, you alive over there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Did you drop your phone?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
That's okay. On the line with us today, as you can hear from all the clutter, is Billy Tackonis. Got the last name right.
Yep.
You didn't even give me a chance to not fuck it up this time. From Harson's Island, Michigan. How you doing, Billy?
I'm doing great. Just actually, our ferry boat just opened up today, and ice floes came down, jammed it all up, and we've been stuck here for a week. So
your ferry boat opened up. You're gonna have to explain this to a West Texas boy because I don't know what you got going on up there.
Okay, so we got a ferry boat here that only holds 12 cars and ships us back and forth about 400 yards, across the channel. And basically every winter, every spring, the ice floes come down from Lake Huron, and they plug up the ferry, and the ferry boat can't get across.
So how long have you been stuck there?
Since Monday.
And you're stuck on the island, right?
Yep. I live here, full-time resident, and it's a great time.
I'd rather be stuck on the island than stuck off then.
Yeah, that's right. I'm stuck on the right side.
So what do? You just go to the house and just wait for this thing to open back up?
Yep, basically that's what it is. I mean, we got a bunch of friends here that are stuck, and just have dinner every night, and put a few beers away and have a good time.
What if you've got shit to do?
You're fucked.
We'll put it this way: my boss is very understanding.
So
fuck, you'd have to be.
So where do you? Is there a grocery store on this island?
Goddamn, I hope.
Yeah, we only got one grocery store and one bar, one pub, one restaurant.
I bet those sons of bitches are packed at night.
I bet that bar is.
Oh yeah, it's a good time. I actually had dinner up there last night, and it's a more high class restaurant. It's called the Schoolhouse Grill, and it shut down back in 2005. I was actually the last graduating class out of there in elementary school. So then it shut down, and they turned it into a restaurant, and I had the best plate of ahi tuna I ever had last night.
Last night you did?
Yep.
I'm trying to look and see where y'all are at.
Yeah. We'll put it this way: I could shoot Canada with my .22 rifle.
Really?
That's how close we are to Canada. Yep.
Oh wow! And
the closest place that ocean-going freighters get to you to United States soil.
How many people are on this island?
There's 3,000 part-time and about 1,000 year-round. So it's more of a summertime place, cottage place.
So how many people are probably on it right now, stuck with you?
I'd say about 800.
And you probably know every one of them.
Yep, most of them. Yep.
Now, do they all go to the bar at night?
No. There's. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people I don't see very often, but I know most of them.
Yeah. This is a whole way of life that I've never heard about this.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, ever since I'd say, 2012, we finally got city water to the island.
And every year, basically, are you kind of stranded for a little bit of time?
Yes, sir.
Huh.
Now, you're outside of Detroit, right?
Yep, I am just north of Detroit, about 45 minutes.
So what's the longest you've gone stuck?
6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Woo!
Yeah, back in 2011.
Wow.
What do you do? Like, supplies have to start running low at some point.
You just prepare. It happens every year. You don't know how long you're going to be stuck, but you just prepare, put some canned goods away, and get enough dog food for the chow hound, and that's really about it.
Now,
enough gas for the truck.
It doesn't
for
ever
6 fucking weeks.
It doesn't ever ice up solid enough that y'all can just use a snowmobile to get across to the mainland.
No, we actually, if it gets bad enough, there's a couple local guys that have airboats, big fan boats, and they'll go across the channel.
Can you imagine?
Take people across.
Fuck, riding them some bitches in ice. God, it might be scary as shit. You're gonna slice them open.
Oh, it's Yeah, if you ever heard from my mother, she says 10 Hail Marys every time she goes across on that damn boat.
Y'all are about to get like butt cold here, aren't y'all?
Yeah, it kind of sucks. Sunday's our last day of honker season up here, and it's not looking too good.
Really? Just everything's gone, or what?
No, they're here. It's going to get down to a low of 1 on Monday or on Saturday, and they're just not going to move. I mean, they haven't moved in 2 days as it is right now.
They're just staying on the water?
Yeah, they're sitting. There's one little pocket of open water. There's probably, I don't know, 500-600 birds sitting on it, and it kind of sucks. But there's more double bands and banded birds in there than there are, unbanded birds.
Ooh,
so,
yeah, that is pretty shitty. And they're calling for a bunch of snow up there too, aren't they?
Yeah, we're looking at a bunch of snow coming, and I work on a barge, and our barge is frozen right now, so we're not working.
That sounds miserable.
Old man winter's finally here.
Ice fishing's good though, so I can't really complain about that.
So, what kind of weird ducks do you shoot that we don't shoot, or do you have any? Do y'all kill some sea ducks up there though?
Oh yeah, we Lake Huron school, old squaws. Sea ducks, scoters. We got scoters here too. A lot of things, or one thing you guys don't kill that we kill here is black ducks. We shoot a lot of black ducks.
We don't have any of them here.
Nope,
very rare.
Never.
Yep. So it's we shoot a lot of black ducks, and I don't know, I've gotten to see 2 banded ones killed. That was pretty cool. So
now do y'all mainly shoot ducks, or are y'all shooting geese also?
You see, like geese for us, like we'll shoot them here we got a bingo system, and we got 960 acres of flooded corn. There's 30 cornfields, and the rest of it, like on the perimeter of the cornfields, is kept, and those are hunting areas as well. And it's a bingo system every day. And due to this year, COVID really messed a lot of shit up for us.
So the state puts this in?
Yep.
And
yes, sir.
And there's 960 acres of corn that's being flooded by the state of Michigan.
Yes, sir.
Boy, you better hope them fuckers from Louisiana don't find out about this shit. They're going to be pissed off at y'all.
I know. Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to be taking flack for it.
So how much?
No, what happened this year, COVID really messed a lot of it up because, our governor's an idiot, of course, but she wouldn't allow there's only 3 guys that farm all this. And what happened was she didn't let them plant till, hell, it was too late. It was almost June till they started planting corn. And our corn was just terrible this year. But the guys, I give them a big thanks because they did a great job regardless, under the circumstances. And we still made it happen. It was a bad season, but we made it happen.
How many blinds are on this area?
Okay, so there's 30 cornfields. There's no blinds. It's, how would I put it? It's just standing flooded corn with buckwheat and millet, and they cut the decoy strips. It's actually pretty unique. Some of the best hunts I ever had were here.
I can't imagine not being that way.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, and I've had some of the worst hunts too.
When you say a bingo system, what do you mean by a bingo system?
Like a draw system. You got to go up and get your card, and listen to the numbers rattle off up there at the at the draw station, and you could be first, you could be 40th. And this year when the whole COVID thing happened, they basically shut it down to 1 draw a day instead of 2. They did a morning draw and an afternoon draw. And what happened is they shut it down to 1 draw, and now there's 110 parties there every morning for maybe 6 good spots.
Oof.
There's 110 groups of hunters.
Yep, and four people to a party.
So there's 400 people. 400 people are hunting this 960 acres.
Yep.
That's a lot of fucking hunters in 960 acres.
Well, trying to. And not only that, we got the marsh areas, which the marsh areas are always pretty good, first part of the season because the ducks aren't feeding on corn. It's still warm up here that time of the year. We open up in like second week of October. So we do a lot of cattail marsh hunting, and we got the bays. We do a lot of layout shooting, out on the big water for canvasbacks, redheads, bluebills, buffleheads, golden eyes, all that stuff.
I'm assuming these ducks are pretty fucking smart.
Yeah, they make you want to pull your hair out. I don't have much left.
I'm trying to do the math on that, and on a 100-acre field, if I put 30 dove hunters on 100 acres, that's a lot of dove hunters on 100 acres. I can't imagine. So that'd be 9 times more. That would be putting almost 50 dove hunters. Yeah, it would be putting 50 dove hunters on 100 acres. Could you imagine duck hunters, Andy? Jesus Christ. Where's the room to hunt?
It's competitive, I can tell you that. And it can be fun, but there's days you get in the right area and you're just done shooting at them. You can't shoot no more. The birds are everywhere, and then there's days where you got to try and pull them off the hot zone to come to you.
That's interesting. So do you just hunt out of waders, right?
Yep.
So you just wade in?
Yep. Well, we're allowed to take our boats in and stuff like that. So we can
there's 110 boats on this also. Fuck.
Yeah, it can get pretty ugly fast, but what happens is like a lot of the guys, they won't hunt. If they get a bad draw, they'll just go away. Like a lot of the old timers, they don't want to hunt the marsh. The cornfields are kind of the luxury hunt. You can walk in there. It's
okay. I'm confused on this. So it's not just 960 acres of flooded corn. It's a bigger area of land. There's just 960 acres of corn.
Correct. Yeah. I should explain that better.
Okay, that makes more sense now. I was thinking you had 960 acres with 400 hunters.
And that was it.
And I thought, son of a bitch, that's fucking elbows to assholes.
Yeah. Well, and we do get peppered every now and again. BBs rain down on us and stuff like that when, people are hunting next to us, but it's really not that big a deal. It's good. It's actually a fun hunt.
I'm sure you saw the stuff that happened in Reelfoot. I'm sure not to that magnitude, but do tempers ever flare up there?
Oh yeah. It can get like that, but I don't know. I'm past those days of being upset about people shooting my swinging birds.
How'd you get into the hunting business? Because you started making calls when you were 16. Your dad must be a big waterfowl hunter.
Yeah, my dad. Actually, I got a whole box of calls my dad made out of Coca-Cola wood when I was. They range back to the year I was born. I was born in '94. Dad just get on his wood lathe and make calls, and he just came up with an idea one day that we were going to make calls when I was 16 years old. He always wanted to do a threaded duck call, and we came up with the name Threadheads, and we started making calls. Our barrels and inserts thread together. They got we hex them out, makes it look like a grade 8 bolt, and that's basically how we started doing it. And I don't know, I was working in a shop with them, and man, I couldn't stand it no more. I went on a snow goose hunt and got into the guiding business, and that was really all it took. Just made one phone call and had a job.
Go ahead.
Where did you snow goose hunt at?
I started in Missouri, Bigelow, Missouri, Mound City. Well, it's now Lowest Bluffs, but Squaw Creek Refuge. That's where I really started at.
How many years did you do that?
I did that for 4.5 years.
Do you miss it at all? You're stuck in Michigan.
I miss it every day.
Really?
That old saying, misery loves company.
I was out there, and well, to be honest with you, I quit it for the wrong reasons. Quit it for a woman.
Uh-oh.
Come home, start the family life. Do all that, and obviously that didn't work out.
I'm assuming she's not sitting next to you while you tell this story.
No. She's been long gone for a while.
I was figuring that was going to be the answer,
yeah.
And then I was thinking, oh shit, maybe not.
Yeah.
So how long? So you quit guiding snow goose hunts for a woman. How long did that relationship last before it was no more?
Well, it worked out for a little bit, and what happened is I just met the right people working for the guide service I was with, and I started guiding in Colorado.
Right.
The following season. And it worked out for 3-4 years, and I came home, and about 6 months later, we weren't together anymore.
So do you still go to Colorado to hunt?
No, I haven't been back in a few years. Actually, the guide service I work for is out of business now. So
see, snow goose hunting's going on right now, and we've gotten we've taught. We had a guide that worked for us, and he's doing it now. And
I talked to him before I come online today.
It does not sound fun.
No,
snow goose hunting is. When I was 19, when I first started doing it, that was I felt like I was on top of the world. I started out as a decoy setter, and basically what happened, we were all getting after it one night. One of the guys goes, "You want to take over my clients tomorrow?" I said, "Yeah, I'll take them out." That was my first ever guided hunt that I actually got the lead, and I went and ended up going 45 days straight during snow goose season.
So you just set out decoys that first year?
Yeah, well, no, I set out decoys for like the first week. And basically, he goes, "You want to take over my clients? You'll be just fine. Just make them laugh and make sure you shoot birds." I said, "All right, I can do that." And that's how that one all worked out.
What's funny is I was watching a guy yesterday on one of his videos, and he had his electric calls blowing, and he was blowing his own fucking call too. And I'm thinking, what are you doing?
Right.
Do most people even take calls out there when they're doing the electric calls?
No.
I wouldn't.
I never did.
I wouldn't think so either. I was kind of surprised by that. So, I think it's a young man's game to not be. I just can't imagine anyone 50 years old wanting to go trudge through the mud and shit to do that every day. That's a job.
Yeah. No, it was a riot, that's for sure. And then, I don't know, just got mad at them. I hated the snow geese, and shooting honkers and mallards is a lot more my style.
What was the most that you killed in one day when you were snow goose hunting?
I actually, when I was guiding in Kansas, me and the guy I worked for and a couple of kids I worked with, we actually we partnered up with Adam Gilkey and those boys, and Bill Wilroth was there from Dakota Decoy. And we ended up shooting 45 honkers in 40 minutes.
No, snow geese. Snow geese.
What's the most snow geese you ever shot in the morning?
That was, I don't know, I want to say 65, 70.
I talked to a guy today, and they've been hunting. What's today's Thursday?
Yep.
They've hunted 3 days. I go, what's the most birds y'all have killed so far this week? 3. Thank God. It's a lot of fucking work to kill 3 birds.
Some days it's like that. Them birds are wary just as it is.
Well, they go from, it's opening to the conservation season, but those same birds have been hunted all since September.
Right.
It's not like you're shooting birds in September, October, or November that first getting here.
Right. Well, with the border being shut down, I wonder how pressured they really got up in Canada.
Probably not very, but
they're probably still in Canada.
But they're still getting hunted like our birds. We, if we had snow geese here, we hunted them here. I'm sure it was that way up and down the flyway.
Yeah, they've been hunted since September somewhere, or they've been in Canada the whole time and just now getting down. But I don't know much about the snow goose game. For the people that don't know much about it, we always kind of crush on it, and the guys that love it, they just think it's the best thing in the world. But I just do not see I see guys that are setting decoys up at 8 and 9 and 10 o'clock at night, and then they're back up in the morning doing it again. And I just think, fuck a bunch of that. It just does not look very enjoyable to me. And now I did notice some of them are hunting out of A-frames, and that wouldn't be so bad.
Right.
But just, boy, what a miserable existence.
Still got all them decoys to pick up.
Oh. Well, do the customers help pick up and set up, or do they just come to the spread?
Every time I ever did it, they just came to the spread.
Now, I could do that as a client.
As a client, you could.
That wouldn't bother me so bad. But I wouldn't want to have to put up and pick up. And it don't sound like the tips are that great either.
I don't know.
Because they're running like 3 and 4 guides for 7, 8 guys. Well, hell, that's not a lot of tip money to spread around between 4 guys.
Right.
Right. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. It wore on you. It wore on you very hard.
So you're 45 minutes from Detroit, Michigan. I would never think about the hunt being that close to Detroit. But do y'all have bears and stuff on the island?
No, sir. We got just basically white-tailed deer and coyotes and a plethora of ducks when they're here.
And I'm assuming really good fishing in the summer?
Oh, fishing's good right now. We get during the early spring season, walleye fishing's incredible. It's just however you want to catch them, you can catch them like that. We're allowed 6 a person, and Yeah, perch fishing's great. The smallmouth bass fishing is awesome. The muskie fishing is awesome. It's an all around just great lake to fish on.
And that's Lake Huron that you're fishing on?
Lake Saint Clair.
Lake Saint Clair.
Yep.
Now, how far you've got to be close to the Great Lakes then?
Yeah. Okay, we'll put it this way. I'm 45 minutes from Detroit. I'm about half hour from Lake Huron.
Okay.
The mouth of the St. Clair River in Lake Huron.
Did you hear of anybody hopping the border to go hunting this year?
No, I haven't heard nothing about that.
I just wonder. Somebody probably did. Snuck across.
Oh, they had to. They had to.
Oh, Lake St. Clair is half Canada, half U.S., right?
Yes, sir.
So do you fish in Canada a lot?
Not normally. Don't really have to go that far.
Fuck, you can cross the border there pretty easy then.
Yeah, number one with the whole COVID thing, and number two, you have to call in. There's an I-68 you got to get if you touch land, which is basically go to the border and get your picture taken. It's like a temporary passport. It expires in a year, So I've been over there. I've had to register my gun to go hunting over there and stuff like that on the reservations. But it's you don't really have to go that far to shoot birds or catch fish.
Is their season the same as ours on waterfowl?
No, it runs a lot longer. Actually, I think it runs the end of January.
When does y'all's waterfowl season end? I thought you said it was the last week was to this week.
Honkers.
Okay, so our September 1st through the 30th is early goose season. And then second week of October to the second week of December is our duck season and goose season, our mid-season. And then we got 3 weeks of late goose season, which started January 22nd. So February 8th is the last day of our goose season. And we're completely done.
Now, when does Canada's close on their goose season?
They close, I think, the end of January regardless.
Okay.
So...
And then it's all ice fishing after that.
Yep, all ice fishing. We actually do, northern pike. We actually spear a lot of northern pike. We're allowed to spear them.
Well, you're not doing that this time of year, are you?
Oh yeah, yep. Go out, cut out a hole, we put a fish decoy down. When you pull it, you pull it. Looks like a wounded fish swimming in a circle, and pike come in and try to get it, and you gig them.
I never heard such a thing. How big of pike are you gigging?
What's that?
How big are they that you're gigging?
They can range. A legal fish is 24 inches.
Well, if you do an illegal one, is that just like my bad?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, you gotta be careful. You know what I mean? It's not. You try not to spear the little ones. You can definitely tell when one's got some. It's got wide sides on it and it's pretty long. You jab that one.
That pike are fun to catch.
Oh yeah, no, I mean they're funner to spear. It's like hunting. it's like deer hunting, but more fun.
Have you ever heard of that, Andy?
No, never.
I've never ice fished, but I'm fixing to. Me and Michelle are going up north, and we're gonna go ice fishing one day, but only if we have a shanty that we can go into. We're going on a guided trip. I want it to be a shanty. I don't want to be on the open ass ice. That don't sound no fun.
No, it's not very, especially right now. I mean, the sun's actually out today, which is the first time in about 3 weeks. So, I mean, it wouldn't be too bad today, but no, we're always fishing in the shanty. You got to fish in the shanty when you're spearing pike. You got to be able to see them. You
know what I'm picturing, Andy? You remember that show, Four Brothers or whatever it was? Mm-hmm. And they're in Detroit, and they take that guy out in the middle of the lake.
Right.
That's what I'm picturing right now. Cold and fucking miserable.
Could be. How thick is your ice right now?
We got about 8 inches right now. I'm sure it's after this weekend. It's going to be about 12.
When can you drive on it?
I don't know. I could probably take my 4-wheeler on it right now.
Well, I mean, we know nothing about ice. We get it very little down here. How thick does it have to get to drive your cars on it?
I'd say about 12 inches. So, before you even think about driving your truck on it.
Different. Y'all got bigger balls than we do.
So, how was your guys' season?
Awful.
And that was being nice.
Just no winter. Short and simple. We went all of November, most of December without a cold front, and the big push never came. We got our calendar birds here in mid-October, and that's basically all that we had until we wrapped up.
They're still here.
Last week. Yeah, I mean, they're still here, basically. Big push, I'm assuming stalled somewhere around Kansas-Oklahoma border, maybe even up further than that. No pressure in Canada this year. Kept a lot of birds from moving up there. And if you got no pressure and open fields and open water, then there's really no sense for them to come all the way down here. Yeah, it was a terrible year.
It's them assholes up north with their flooded cornfield keeping the birds.
That's it. But yeah, I mean, it was an all around tough year, and like Jeff said, the birds that we started shooting at in October are still here right now. They knew the program.
Yeah. It was the worst season I've had. I've been in business 30 years. That's the worst season I've ever had. Never experienced anything like this ever. Now, we've had some years that were pretty tough, but we had such a mild-ass winter. I mean, we'd have a north wind at 25 miles an hour, and the temperature would be 62 degrees. And that's almost unheard of. Next week, we're supposed to have our first cold week that the temperatures are going to be high as 33 to 35 degrees for 5 days in a row. That's winter for us. That's usually, we don't get cold like y'all do, but for us, them are cold days. We never had that all year long. Usually we get that every year around the 1st of December.
Yeah.
And, the wind blows out of the north for 3 or 4 days pretty steady, and we just never had it. And now it's too late. I don't even think the birds would migrate now.
They might go just a little ways one way or the other, but I mean I don't think you're not going to get a big push this late in the year. But yeah. The next I think starting next Tuesday?
Yep, next Tuesday it's supposed to get cold.
And there's always a week or so, maybe twice a year, where, like Jeff said, the highs are in the 30s, lows are in the teens. You got a good north wind, crappy weather behind it, and I'm telling you, we hunted in T-shirts most of the year this year.
No kidding.
Yeah,
that sounds like a luxury to me.
It is not if you don't have the birds.
Yeah, you go out there and shoot 2 or 3 birds, and you're hoping for some old man winter. Fuck, I buy all these Filson. I got all this Filson shit. I got a whole closet full of it. I want to wear that stuff.
Right. No, we went out. We had a late season hunt. This previous Saturday. We got out to the field and it was -4.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm kicking myself in the ass. I'm like, I wish I would have looked at the weather. We sat out there all day.
Oof.
And the birds didn't fly till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. 5:43 was shooting time.
Now hold on. Now
sat out there from daylight till dark.
Wow!
And never even fired our guns. Birds just picked us out, and I don't know. Nobody's fault, but we should have been set up somewhere else and at a different spot in the field.
And you said you should have looked at the weather.
Yeah, I should have looked at the weather because them birds don't fly when it's that cold out up here.
How do you live up there and not look at the weather?
I was excited to go goose hunting. That's all it was.
So, did y'all have a good season?
It was subpar, I guess. We gotta play the bingo system, and man, I think I got 14 bad draws in a row, like almost dead last every time out of 100-some parties.
You?
And yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, boy, we got high water right now, which really sucks. Like the river delta's coming up, and it runs on a 30-year cycle. So every 30 years it comes up, and then 10 years later it goes down. Well, places I used to hunt when I was a kid, they're non-existent anymore. They were gravel bars. The mallards would just pile into these gravel bars out on the bays. And the bays are all state land, so you can hunt it. Anybody can hunt it. Well, you have a boat blind to hunt out there now, and then hiding a boat blind is it's terrible. The ducks pick you out no matter what.
Yeah.
What do you think? See, when I think of hunting up north, I think of y'all always having winter, or like the guys in eastern Washington. I think, man, what a perfect place, because you're far enough north, you're going to get winter every year. See, so I don't think winter. I figure y'all would have birds every year. I know some years are better than others. Have you ever had a year where it just pushed the birds completely so cold there was no birds there?
Yep. I mean, there's been times we've been froze out by Thanksgiving, and that's like our bread and butter time of the year. We're getting new ducks in, but I've seen it. We've had I was ice fishing by Thanksgiving before, and by that time, the ducks they'll migrate down and they're already gone. Like, they don't even need to stop. Just keep on going.
Right. So I mean, really, you guys kind of hope for a milder winter to keep your birds around a little bit longer.
Mostly, I wish the state of Michigan would get on board about letting our season run longer, to be honest with you.
Why?
Number one, our canvasbacks and redheads and bluebills really don't show up till, basically the last week of duck season. And they're here and all the water's still open. Like, we can still hunt. We can still get out there in our boats and hunt. It's not, our season's so messed up, they won't allow us to hunt any longer.
How do y'all hunt the canvasbacks?
What's that?
How do you hunt canvasbacks? Do big layout rigs?
I've hunted them multiple ways. I've hunted them sneak shooting. I've hunted them layout shooting. And my favorite way, honestly, is to point hunt them. You drive the boat right up in the weeds, kind of knock some weeds over the boat and put out, 200 decoys and sit and wait. Just make sure you're on the X.
That's a lot of decoys.
Oh, yeah. We put them on mother lines, though, big gang lines. And just put some J hooks into them and throw a few singles out there, and they pick up pretty fast.
How many canvasbacks can y'all kill?
2.
200 decoys to kill 2 ducks. That's a lot of work. There's nothing says the passion that waterfowl hunter has for someone that would do something like that.
And usually when they're here, it's freezing cold. It's you're hunting basically. We took snowmobiles and 4-wheelers one time to go hunt a hole and kill ducks. It was, we had to go across a bay and then go across a channel, then go across another bay to get to where they were at. And we got there, and it was like the first 2 bunches. There was 6 of us. We shot our canvasbacks.
Do you shoot canvasbacks and mallards in the same places? Like down here, if you have a pond that's got canvasbacks on it, you might shoot mallards also in widgeons. But up there, Is it basically going to be shoot canvasbacks and that's it?
Yeah. So, see, no, not at all. Like, any open water. Okay, so how our season works out, usually it was the 26th and 27th this year. State of Michigan allows us a 2-day season. And it's for ducks and geese, and then it shuts down, and that's it. And then it rolls into late goose season. So that hunt I just explained with the snowmobiles and 4-wheelers where we took them across the bays, that was that hunt. And it was, I think, -4 out. And it kind of got bad. I felt terrible about it, but it was still fun. The birds were just trying to survive. It was so damn cold. They were just trying to keep that little pocket of water open that we were hunting, and they'd fly in and we'd just shoot the hell out of them.
So, you mentioned earlier, you'd be fine with them pushing the season back. Would you be okay if, like, they took 2 weeks at the beginning of the season out and added it to February?
Absolutely.
Well, they did that to us this year, and it fucked. It sucked for us, but it's a different situation.
It's a different situation, but, that's what they did here. So really, you would be okay with losing 2 weeks early in your year to get them 2 weeks later when the canvasbacks and stuff get there.
Yep. Not only that, even the mallards. We were out goose hunting the other day, and I don't know, here comes 2,000 mallards just bombing into the goose decoys, running our skinnies. That's all we were running, because our managed area, the bingo system, you're allowed to hunt it, and you're allowed to hunt the refuge. So what that turns into be is you got to pack everything in. You're not allowed any motorized vehicle or anything like that. So the dive bombs work real well.
Yeah. What do you have the fucking dirt dagger? Do you have that to put your decoys in with?
No, because honestly, they already combined the cornfields on the managed area, so we just shove them in the corn stalks.
So the ground's it's not frozen so bad that you can't get decoys in.
No, I put them in the corn stalks, call it a day. The birds fly at 5:00. I get out there at 4:30 and set my decoys and sit down. It's really about it. Put the snow camel on and sit in the ditch.
Now, does it have to be when they fly at 5:00? Or is it sub-zero temperatures, or that's pretty normal up there?
Well, like today, honestly, after I get off the phone with you guys, I'm going to go sit out there. But no, it's not. I think today's like 28 degrees right now, It was 12 this morning when I got up. So it's not even worth hunting in the morning.
And they won't fly in 12-degree weather. They won't fly in the mornings. They won't fly until 5 o'clock.
Absolutely not. They're lazy.
Wow.
What about the ducks?
The ducks, the ducks really aren't hitting the cornfields anymore. They're sitting. We don't really have many mallards around right now. They're just sitting. Whatever mallards we have, they're just sitting there feeding on little, grasses. And honestly, I watched this morning. Some redheads came up from diving, and the mallards were sitting there grabbing the weeds right out of the redhead's mouth.
Little fuckers.
Yep.
Now, how many geese can you kill?
Well, ever since they changed the season around for September, we're only allowed 15 days in September about 5 years ago. And so what they did, they extended the season, shortened our late season, gave us 5 birds all of September, and we're only allowed 3 this time of the year.
So 5 and 3.
What
Yep.
Do you have any private hunting that's around you, like on the island, or is everything public?
Most of it's public. There's a few big landowners around here that they farm ducks. Basically, that's what they're doing. They got basically what we got in the managed areas. They're doing on their own private land. So, I could make a phone call, maybe get invited, but it's not. It's not so much like that. It's mainly all public, and that's how we do it. It's all public hunting, really.
See, I've got hunt clubs outside of Detroit, Michigan, where they're flooding corn also.
Wouldn't say flooding corn. Like Wapu Island Indian Reservation, there's 3 or 4 clubs over there, in Canada, and those are all private clubs. But no, not really. We don't have very. South of Detroit there might be some clubs, but I don't really travel down that far.
Now, can they bait up there on those Indian reservations in Canada?
No.
No?
Nope. So they're pretty well, but there's no pressure there, and they took a big hit this year too. I heard of, not having any Americans, come over and hunt with them, and pay for a guy to hunt.
There's a lot of money lost for them people.
Yeah. And not only that, all that money goes back into the tribe as it is. So kind of feel for them. That really sucks.
See, one of my buddies, he did a hunt on an Indian reservation. It was fucking baited, and they were shooting in the dark, and it was like the Wild West. He said,
No rules.
No rules.
No, it ain't like that.
Damn, I
can't remember where he was at.
I can't either. He lives in Ohio originally, so I don't know if he just hopped the border there or where he went to.
Right. There's a few of them down by Lake Erie too. But
what border is he going to hop in Ohio?
Just straight up.
There's not Canada right there. You got a big lake in front.
Yeah,
of
you can.
Well, you got to go around it, Jeff.
Yeah, Detroit, you can go over the Ambassador Bridge.
So, what you got planned for the summer? Just a lot of fishing?
A lot of fishing. I don't know. Like I said, I work on a barge. I do marine construction, docks, seawalls, boat hoists. So, got a lot of that going on.
Do you think Canada's going to be open next fall?
I hope so.
But what do you think? Hope and think are different.
I think it will be. I really hope, but like I said, our governor's
I don't think
can't really say,
your governor.
Can't say that word. But.
Oh, that stupid cunt ain't going to have any kind of say so in it.
I think it's Trudeau more than it is anything.
Yeah, it's true. I don't think our border for Canada will be open this year. I don't know anybody that thinks it. I talked to a gentleman, the big safari club guy, and he does a lot of big moose hunts and bear hunts, and he said that all the outfitters up there are going ahead and planning on that the United States citizens won't be able to hunt there this year.
Right.
And they're hoping that we're wrong, but it just, what a screwed up deal for all the people up there working.
Yeah. I know a very good guy. He runs hunts out of St. Paul Island in Alaska for king eiders. They shut that island completely down. He couldn't even get there this year.
I wonder why.
Why?
I don't know. Natives shut the island down, so they didn't want anybody there.
Huh. And that's
maybe they don't want COVID. Maybe that's their
apparently.
Answer. So St. Paul Island is controlled by the Indians, the Inuits or whatever they are.
Yep. That's really all I know about that. 'Cause I asked them about it.
But it's in Alaska?
Yeah, St. Paul, Alaska. You know, like where the deadliest catch.
Yeah.
You know, all the boats go in the harbor. Yeah, that.
Dutch Harbor.
Yep. Well, not Dutch Harbor. Dutch
No,
Harbor's in
but
Alaska,
that area.
Yeah. Yep.
That's kind of fucked up. You'd figure as in America, I mean, it's going to go by the same rules.
That's probably sovereign land.
You'd think.
They can put a casino and a smoke shop on it, and they're okay.
But, I mean, too, though, I mean, if you're all the way up there and you somehow, spread this to the masses and everybody gets sick, you're a long way from a good hospital.
Well, there's no masses up there, but yes, you're right.
I mean,
if it went through a
Right.
tribe, it would wipe them out maybe.
And listen, we gave them smallpox, so they know all about this white man's disease.
That's right.
They've been through this shit before.
They don't want a modern day Iditarod.
Keep the fucking white man out of here. All his cooties.
Yeah.
Would you ever go back to guiding?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Yep. I mean, I'm a better duck guide than I am a goose guide. I can tell you that. I just can't blow a goose call all that well. I'm no stage material goose caller, but I can definitely call enough to kill geese. That's just kind of how I am. Duck calling, I'm real good at duck calling.
So it's still a passion of yours. I mean, you even though you've done it before, you still have a passion that you would go back to waterfowl guiding.
Yes, sir.
Would you go back to Colorado?
I don't know. It was fun. I think it was more of a dream for me being so young. I mean, I got to kill geese at the Rocky Mountains in the background, watching birds work right into the spread. And we shot a lot of Lesters there. It was a lot of fun. We hunted in pits and, did all that. And my dog, he was only 8 months old, when we were out there. And we never got any training in. That's how he got trained. He was just hunting every day.
Now, your dog's on the cover of a magazine, isn't he?
Yeah, 2015 Bass Pro Waterfowl Catalog.
How'd that take place?
Okay, so the guy I worked for, Corey Cribb, was his name. I don't know if I'm allowed to say names on here or not.
Say whatever the fuck you
can say whatever you want to.
All right, I don't know. I just figured I'd throw it out there.
You can say whatever you want to say on here. I promise you.
Cunt, piss, shit, fuck, whatever.
You can talk about whatever you want to.
Well, anyways, we're out there hunting, and Corey Cribb calls me from All or Nothing Adventures. He actually owns a duck call business called Falling Feathers Game Calls. Real good friend of mine. And, that was my last year there. And I just, the whole lady thing, stuff like that happened. And he calls me and he goes, "Hey, you got the Bass Pro photographers coming out." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Go out and shoot some birds, keep them at so-and-so's house, and then when they come out, they just want to model the new material, like the new camo and the new jackets and bibs and stuff like that." I said, "All right." Well, it was colder than hell one day. The mallards were on the river, and we got down on that river, and we're sitting there, and I'm freezing. I'm shaking cold. I'm watching the river freeze from the bottom up. That's how cold it is.
Jeez.
We're sitting there, and I looked at everybody. I go, "Listen, I'm going to go for a walk. I got to warm up, and dogs probably want to get warm too." I walk around the corner of this river. There's 400 mallards sitting there. And I slowly stopped. I backed up. I grabbed the dog. We're backing up. They didn't flush. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I went back, told them boys about it. They proceeded into a plan. I sat back with the dog, and they snuck around. They had 4 or 6 guys going around on these ducks, and they just proceeded into a royal ass whooping on these ducks. I mean, I'm sitting there, and they come flying over the top of the trees, and I ended up tripling on that whole ordeal. And of course, I shot my 2 hens right off the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
They come back. They got all these ducks. They're like, "Oh, yeah, look at all these drakes. We're only shooting for drakes." I'm laughing. I'm like, "Yeah, look at these 2. Look at my limit of hens." "Oh, you ruined it. So we were only shooting for drakes." So anyways, we Nate Stroop was the guy's name. He's head photographer for Bass Pro Shops, and he was there, and I'm throwing ducks out in the river for my dog, and he's bringing them back, and Nate's taking pictures. The dog's just covered in ice, colder than hell out. You shouldn't even have had him out there. He calls me up and says, "Listen, you can send a W-2 and we can pay you for it." Or he goes, "Or I can print you out a giant picture of your dog." I said, "Well, a giant picture of my dog would be great." All right, said and done. About 3 months later, we went to the Bass Pro headquarters, and he showed me this picture. And I'm like, that's awesome. I actually got it framed in my house now, and cool story. And it was August 2015. The catalog came out, and there he was sitting on the front cover.
That's bad.
I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
That's awesome.
Do you have this picture on your social media anywhere?
Yeah, actually I do. It's on my Instagram.
Oh, fuck, I'm on your Facebook. I'm scoping you out already. I'll go to Instagram real quick and see if I can't pull it up.
Yeah, there's one with him covered in ice, just with his ears perked up, and there's another one. The one on there should be one on the cover. I'll send it to you guys.
How cold was it that day, like temperature wise?
-6.
That's a tough ass fucking dog. I mean.
Oh yeah, no, he's old now. I think I ruined him over that hunt. But
you think so?
Oh yeah, anymore. He don't want to get in the water if it's too cold.
See, my dog's that way. But
I kick him off. I try to kick him off the stand. He won't go. And he gets in the water. He just turns around and looks at me like, motherfucker, really? You're going to make me go do this?
See, my dog, he's that way. But we hunt fields 98% of the time. Mm-hmm. So anytime that we do hunt water, he's like, oh, fuck. He feels that vest come on. He's like, not again.
You seem to have
right.
You seem to have rebounded in the social life area pretty well, too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said what's your Instagram?
Billy the Goose.
Billy the Goose Tackonis.
I'm on it, and I'm looking for this picture now.
The Goose. Okay. Let's see if I can't find it. Yeah, but he's just like, oh my God, you're gonna make me get my balls wet again in this. Like, there's no way. This is not fun. But
right.
Every time he'll come back and do it. I've heard Colorado is actually holding a lot of our lessers. I say our lessers. They're actually holding more and more lessers every year.
I tell you what, I hunted Colorado for, I don't know, 3 months when I was there.
Yeah.
And my employer, which he's not even in business anymore, he's like, all right, you're laid off, go home. Well, I made one phone call. I got a job in Kansas. So I'm like, all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Made it home for Christmas. But shooting them lessers was probably the funnest thing I ever done.
Now, when did he let you go in Colorado to let you go to Kansas?
December 23rd.
So you just got another job in Kansas for the rest of the waterfowl season?
Yep. And I went home, hauled ass home for Christmas, got to spend time with family. And I drove down to Kansas first, got my trailer off at my new job, and hauled ass home from there. It was like 36 hours without sleep. Smoking cigarettes, and I don't even smoke cigarettes. Just trying something to keep me awake.
Okay, so you said the picture is the one with the duck in the dog's mouth, or the one covered in ice?
Both of them are from that day.
I like the one with the ice picture. That's an awesome freaking pic.
But the one with the duck in his mouth, I'm assuming that's a he? Your dog, male?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a male.
And that was the picture on the
cover.
Cover. That's awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty.
You've lived a really fun life. Badass. It sounds like.
Oh yeah. No, he's only 6 right now, but he acts like he's 12. I don't know if he's just that lazy, but.
Do you hunt him every day?
Every day we hunt. So, and not only that, one of my very good friends, Mitchell, he's like a brother to me. He's the one, if I'm not hunting, he hunts them. The only one I really trust with my dog.
Really?
So, yeah, he's, no matter what, the dog's always getting hunted.
How big's that muskie you're holding in that picture?
That was 46 inches.
Shoo.
Yep.
That's a fish.
That's the first one I ever caught.
Well, you've ruined yourself on it.
Yeah, I lived on this lake my whole life. I've hooked them, never boated one. And I worked on a charter boat for a little while, too. Watched many people catch them, netted many for other people, but that was my first ever one.
Instagram won't let me. I was going to, because we film this also on our end, and I was going to try to get it up to where I could show everybody on YouTube, but Instagram's being It won't let me save the picture to put up here, but oh well. People can go look at you. How about that? You can get your following up.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
There you go.
Well, hey, we appreciate you being on here with us, man. You've been a really interesting talk. Wish you the best. Hope you have a great spring. Hope it warms. Hope it warms up for you pretty quick.
Yeah, me too.
Hopefully, you're not stranded there for 6 weeks on that island.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned. I got enough food put away, and there's enough meat in the freezer.
There you go.
Well, that's a great attitude to have. Well, Billy, we sure appreciate you being on here with us.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me, and I don't know, maybe one day around the corner we can do it again.
Yes, sir. You have a good day, and God bless you, my friend.
All right, talk to you guys later.
Thank you.
Billy Tackonis.
Interesting cat.
Yeah, he is.
That's a cool picture of that dog with that ice all over it.
Whew. Looks like it is cold as balls.
I seen that one time in real life.
Yeah, with Lou.
No, when did you hunt? I haven't ever hunted when it's that cold with Lou.
You saw him that one day.
Well, I hunted with Zip back in the day with my dad when he would jump in the water, and he would come out and he'd turn solid sheet ice. And just love it and go back and do it again and again and again.
Yeah, I've got a picture of.
Oh yeah, you do. You do have a good picture of Lou.
See if I can find it.
But you were hunting a field. That was a little different than getting in the water.
No, I was hunting Benjamin Lake.
Oh, I don't remember that, I guess.
Yeah, Benjamin Lake. That's the day. That was a coot shoot day.
Oh, okay. It was a cold day. Poor bastard.
But he didn't hunt. He was so cold, and he wouldn't go into his vest. He wouldn't hunt. Oh, fuck. What am I doing here? It was a cold bitch that day. That was 4 or 5 years ago, I think. I'll find it.
I've got about 7 turkey days left if anybody wants to come turkey hunt with Andy this year.
That is not long. That is not many days.
You can hunt with Andy and you can have him sign your gun.
Yeah. Fucker would be worthless then. Might as well just leave it here because the resale value will
Are you getting you a new gun?
plummet. I don't know.
You thinking about it?
Maybe.
What are you going to get?
I don't know. Can't say.
Okay.
Top secret.
All right. It's that secret society shit Ed used to
Secret
talk
society
about.
stuff.
All right. We appreciate everybody listening. Hope everyone has a great weekend. We'll have a Super Bowl pick'em, and that's about it. Anyways, we'll start off next week with 3 new shows. Have a public hunter, or what's in the world going on, and some other stuff going on. Thank you very much. God bless y'all, and have a great week.
And as always, go check out all of our sponsors. Go check out Gundog Outdoors. Take care of that 4-legged friend. They take care of you all this time of year. Dirty Duck Coffee, Foul Bandits, Blind Grass, Athletic Brewing Company, Stanfield Hunting Outfitters. Like Jeff said, you can come turkey hunting. Did I say Dirty Duck Coffee? I think I already did. Dive Bomb Industries, Boss Shot Shells, Pacific Calls, Lucky Duck, Looking Glass Duck Club, William Chris Wines, and 14 Cattle Company.